It is extremely, I don't think you can see my breath, but it is very bitey tonight in Gumeracha, which is kind of beautiful. It really is. I love Gumeracha. I think it's such a lovely little town. So if you've never been up to Gumeracha, definitely come up and definitely come and visit the place where we are tonight. Hi, Anna. Because tonight we are investigating the Gumeracha Hotel. Now, the Gumeracha Hotel used to be under a different name. It's a district hotel and was built back, well, definitely had its first landlord or landlady in 1861, get my century right. But there was mention of a pub here in the 1850s. So you were talking to one of the landlords today, weren't you?
I was.
So do you want to say...
Yes.
What stories? Because you were the one that was talking to him.
Yeah,
so.
He very kindly messaged us to say that he was a landlord here for a while, and that he was a big skeptic, but he had the things that happened in here, and he just wanted to share his experiences, and he wants to know all about what happened. He said there's a bedroom upstairs, which has just been confirmed tonight as well, that a lady is supposed to be called it Aggi's room. I don't know if actually that is her name or not, so hopefully we can find out tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting tonight because it's now actually being slept in.
Yes.
So
yes.
So that's going to be interesting. And then also he said we used to have children reporting seeing a lady on this staircase here.
Okay, which is just behind us.
Yes. So that's where we just put all the equipment, and that's where the musical box has been going off since we put it up there.
But if I remember rightly, he said she was almost motherly.
Yeah, she's very maternal. Very maternal.
So, from some of the things that happened.
Yeah, supposed to be a very nice lady,
didn't you?
Ben talked about he was with another couple of guys in the bar, and he heard the fridge door open, and he looked around, and there was a beer glass just hovering in front of the fridge door, and he turned to talk to the other guys, and the glass just dropped and smashed on the floor. And the other guys verified it too because they saw the same thing.
All right, so there's more than one witness to that.
Yeah, so that was pretty freaky.
So, as you can see, we've got equipment all up the stairs here.
Stick to the middle.
Yeah, it's chilly up here. It's freezing, isn't it? I thought it was cold outside.
This is apparently Aggi's room.
Okay.
No Taylor though.
So Taylor was saying that people have seen a figure at the window waving to them from outside when there's been nobody in here.
There was a story that a lady's rocked up and she's thought it was the person that owned the hotel and waved.
Yeah.
And then when she come in, the lady was behind the bar working, and she goes, "Didn't I just see you upstairs because you got down really quickly?" And she goes, "No, I've been here the whole time."
Oh, okay.
So Taylor, tell us what you're doing here firstly. What do you do here?
I work here, and I also live in Gumeracha Hotel with my parents.
When did you first realise it wasn't just like creaking of the building, or it wasn't just what the building was like? It's your first time that you realise it might have been a haunting.
I realised probably in the first month because when I first found out, I kind of thought it was a joke.
Yep.
Not gonna lie. And then, I had an incident where I had my earphones really loudly and I was listening to music and I had a lot of washing, and I've gone past this room and a bedside table has slammed shut, and also the door. And that kind of worried me because no one else was upstairs, it was just me.
Yep.
And then, a few times I've gone into my room and my lights have flickered, and I told it to leave me alone and it stopped flickering, which was a bit weird. I will admit that it stopped flickering as soon as I told it to leave me.
Do you have any ideas who it might be?
I believe that when we first got this hotel that people would name this female called Aggi.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stories about her.
Yeah.
And there's actually a photo at the front of the hotel, and there's a lady on the balcony in a white dress, and that's Aggi.
Yeah.
Or everyone assumes it's Aggi.
Shall we start the investigation?
Oh, thanks, guys. That's
Thank you.
brilliant.
Thank
Thank you
you.
very, very much.
Well, actually, it might be worth having Taylor around to ask questions.
You
Well-
want to stick around, Tony?
I can.
You're welcome to.
All right, so we're going to do an EVP session. We're just going to all ask questions just to kick it off and warm up a bit. I'll put it down there. All right, so we're just wondering if there is anybody here tonight. I know we look like a whole load of strangers. My name's Alison. We've got Cag, Craig, Shane, and you would know Taylor up the top there. If you want to talk to anybody, let us know, please. What's your name? Can you give us your name, please? On the music box. Keep hearing?
By the door, isn't it?
It's on the main door in the main bar.
At the original entrance.
Just tagging there's a music box going off in the other bar that we set up. Okay, so it's a case of just trying everything, guys. Just anything that we got in our arsenal, see if we get any reaction. This is called a poltergom for those who've never come across it. It's a ghost box, so you can see it scanning backwards and forwards. It goes forwards and backwards through the white noise. So what you're listening for is voices. I wasn't getting any voices on this at all earlier. I did give it a quick go, but we weren't getting anything, so I'll give it. This is the one we used at the Gungellan when it came out with Ian, and Ian turned out to be the real name of the person that we were talking to. We only knew his nickname, so we'll just give it a quick go. If there's nothing happening, we'll try something else. So.
If there's any spirits with us, please feel free to talk to us. We've got a talking box on. If you say something to us, we might be able to hear you. We'll try to.
What's up?
I got
Well.
well.
Oh, that's
And
interesting.
red circles.
So the two red circles on the end of the top bit, right?
So it just said well.
Well, okay, stretched okay together.
Oh,
Up and
Yes,
that is interesting.
that makes sense, yeah.
Well, actually makes sense, guys, and I will get into that soon.
That's a bit odd.
There was an accident out the back. I'm going to turn this off because it isn't yielding much for now. I'll try it again later.
Is that where you stand and watch the children play?
News.
Back in the days when it was a blacksmith shop, they had a well out the back, and they had a electric pump down the well, and the electric pump wasn't working properly. So one of the guys decided to go down the well. I'm not going to tell their names because they may show up or they may not show up. We'll wait and see. But the first guy went down, and he started working on the motor. And he sent, another guy was up the top just sort of looking down, just checking on him and that sort of thing. He sent the other guy to go back to get a spanner. He had only just turned around when there was an almighty explosion in the well. And he ran back, had a look down the well, and he's calling his mate down the well, and he's not getting anything. And then the guy down the well, his best mate, was there too. He ran and he just immediately climbed down the well to rescue his mate, and he stopped making a noise too. So there were two guys down the well that had stopped making any noise. The third guy that came along was the local police constable, or sergeant, I think, and he decided he would climb down and try and help. He also died down the well because the fumes from the explosion were obviously toxic fumes. They even think it may have been petrol fumes from the blacksmith shop, or which was a bit of a petrol station as well. It was about 1929, I think. And as you know, petrol fumes sort of run along the ground and then they'll go down to the lowest place, so that they had accumulated in the bottom of the well, which is not a good mix if you've got something electrical down the bottom of the well, and that could explain why there was an explosion in the first place. but the fumes also overcame the people in the well. 3 guys died, were overcome, and the last guy came and he got lowered down. They just got him out in time and they had to revive him at the top of the well. So 3 guys, two of the guys that worked at the blacksmith shop and the local policeman were killed down the well. So that was quite a tragedy. There was a big write-up in the paper at the time, which was interesting that the word news came out as well.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Well, the words coming out of the ovulis were very descriptive. So if you have to tell a story with only a few words, you pick out the
80.
most relevant words. 80?
80.
What year?
1920.
80 years ago?
Roughly.
So what we're going to be doing, again, for those who... Yeah, going to say, do you want to sit with Taylor? Is we've got Ghost Box, which is, for those who don't know, broken radio. Pros and cons. Some people believe that spirits can talk through it, others that it's just radio stations. And that if we're asking a question, we're already biased to what we want to hear out of that Ghost Box. So what we're doing is we're cutting the bias out completely. So Craig's going to be on headphones. He's going to call out any words that he hears, but he can't hear the questions.
Okay, it's ready.
Okay? Oh.
End.
What, you want us to finish already? We haven't even started yet.
Aggie, are you here?
Is Aggie your real name?
Out.
I don't want to leave.
Is there somebody else here tonight?
Yep.
Oh, okay. That's pretty... Who is it who's here tonight? If it's not Aggie. Do you like having Craig up there? Or would you rather just have Taylor up there?
Describe. Describe me.
Craig.
Describe Craig. Well,
Where do we start?
where do we start? Craig doesn't mean any harm. He's just up there to help anybody maybe talk.
January.
Yes, January.
Respect.
Okay, January is when the accident happened, guys. Taylor would love to know who else she shares this place with. Out of interest, did you have an accident?
Haunted.
That's why we're here.
Hello.
Hello. Who are we talking to? One name.
Ag.
That was good timing. Everybody's asking if Taylor's okay.
Okay.
You alright? You're looking at the top of...
I saw something. That's why I've been like, did I see you?
Okay.
Is anyone else there? Nope.
No. Well, not actually. But
So what did you think you saw?
I don't know. I saw a figure, and before I thought I saw something else, but I thought maybe I was just tripping a little bit.
So did you see it in the hallway or in the room opposite?
In the room, like someone was lifting, like getting out of bed type thing off their back. Like someone was like rising off the bed. No, there's like a bedside table, but that slain.
Don't forget, you will get random words coming out as well.
Hope so. Hope so.
So, yeah. Just before we get upset
I
about
was
the word.
like,
Continue.
Down.
Good night, Tashi.
Youth.
Well, Taylor's very brave.
am I brave?
And Aggie, if it's you, I've heard that you like children and you feel very motherly towards children.
I've heard you like to stand there and watch the children play.
I know.
Flowers are looking a bit droopy. I think they need water.
They are from Alison.
Not getting much in there.
So there's nothing really coming out. So, round 2. We're about to go up the stairs. I'm just going to turn you around because we're going up. They've set up the bedroom, so I'm just heading up there now. Well, Craig, if it's men that get things going, do you want to go in there
In where?
with them? And see if that stirs anything up with you with...
Someone else called me a man.
Well, I say a loose term of it. You're right.
Running into the wall.
This will be the door here, Craig. It's the open bit.
Okay.
Yeah. Goes in and out.
Hey, spirits in here? I like this room. I'm staying here. It's clean. We're speaking with Aggie. K2 flickering.
Was it flickering before that? With my phone?
I don't know. This first one was caught my eye. That's a light.
Is it flashing down there?
Just one.
Did that flash?
So that was a temperature.
So it did flash.
A temperature number.
Okay.
Put the cameras on again. Flash the colour light.
Alright, so try another EVP burst like we did earlier. Just gonna put that there and ask some questions. And then we'll listen back to it and just see if we get anything. Just wondering if Aggie is in the room with us tonight. I had. You happy to be sharing your room with Taylor? What was that? Joke. Oh, I thought it said choke. I was going to say. See, January's up again. January's when they had that accident. That's when the 2 guys.
3 guys.
3 guys in the well.
Is there too many people?
I must admit, if I had a lot of people in my room, I'd probably go a bit quiet too. Sorry about that. We're just trying to find out who you are so Taylor knows who she's sharing the room with. Alright, so before we get too far with that, we'll listen back to it and just see if we get anything.
Thank you, Mel.
Just wondering if Aggie is in the room with us tonight. You happy to be sharing your room with Taylor?
Choke.
You sound like
Joke.
Joke. I thought it said choke.
January.
See, January's up again. January's when they had that accident.
choke. I know it didn't. I know you said it said joke, but when you listen back, it sounds like choke in the voice,
Which
and that's why I looked at you.
would
which
be
is
relevant in the world because they choke.
because then it says January, the next word. So choke January would be relevant to the well problem.
Oh.
So because they died in January, and choking, that's what happened. But that's what it sounded like. It didn't sound.
When it said
Both
joke, I was
times.
like, it didn't sound like
It didn't.
joke. That's why I looked at it. I was like,
Yeah, well, I looked at you and I thought, well, odd to
Set them all up
be.
at shit sound.
I'll take it back because it doesn't. It sounds like choke. That was just before that.
You happy to be sharing your room with Taylor?
That's a choke.
Choke sound,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
not. It's not a joke.
Okay, Rosemary said to try a Mrs. Thomas. All right. Aggie, was your surname Thomas?
Dress.
It is cold. You're right.
Because I thought you'd gone quiet by then. Because I told you.
Rosemary said to try a Mrs. Thomas. All right. Aggie,
That footsteps.
was your surname Thomas?
is there too many people?
Something just after that.
Yeah.
Is there too many people?
That one sounds like a yes.
Is there too many people?
Yeah.
So before we're too far with that.
Oh, my
Self-destruct.
Okay, so
think
it's
more
actually
probably us.
saying,
Because we're the
Rose-
strangers.
yeah,
You're not, and she's very used to you.
Rosemary's just said there is an Aggie Thomas associated with the Gumeracha Hotel.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Oh. There is an Aggie Thomas.
There is an Aggie Thomas.
As a
What year?
proprietor or a proprietor's wife.
Rosemary's like brilliant at Googling while we're doing
Right,
stuff.
so Caitlin says that she thinks that Aggie really likes Taylor. Could we do the STs experiment with Taylor asking questions?
Funny, I just picked up this to do an Estes.
Brilliant.
So there you go.
Do you want us to leave, Aggie?
Girl.
Okay, who's the girl?
Things.
What things?
Oh. All right, that was bizarre.
Okay.
That was weird. Okay, I've got my headphones on. Sorry, if you were talking, I just turned it off.
It's all right.
It's all right.
Back on. It was going through the radio stations like you always hear. Then it stopped coming through very quickly. It stopped coming through both. You know, you have both earpieces.
Mm-hmm.
You're hearing it coming through both. All of that stopped, and then suddenly on this ear it just said, "Hi, lady," like that. But it was really weird. I've never known it do that before.
Okay.
Like a female voice or
Female.
you prefer women in your room than men?
Love her.
Love who, Aggie? Who do you love?
Do I take it that you love Taylor? Is that right? Are you looking after her?
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. Agnes Hay was born in January.
Ah.
So is this Agnes Hay we're talking to?
Choking.
Oh, we go back to choking again.
Well, she died. She was 80.
I can't repeat that because there's kids in the room.
Okay. What was the first
can.
letter?
I can be.
Alison.
Just so you can.
Petrol.
Ah, that's an interesting one.
Yeah. Did you die in a well?
She died at age 80. We had 80 come out.
We did have 80
downstairs.
come out.
How did you die? How did you
Death.
die?
Yes, that'll do it every time.
What kind of death?
Fuel.
Fuel.
You feel it?
So we're still getting echoes of the well, aren't we?
Mm.
How did you die, Aggie?
Accident.
What kind of accident?
Get out.
You couldn't get out?
Do you want me to leave, Aggie?
That sounds like death and then Aggie.
Okay, so Caitlin's just said, do
Did we
you...
find out, did she come up with a year for Aggie?
No.
I'm just wondering if it's about the same time that the accident happened.
Not sure.
So there seems to be crossover of
Both.
two different voices here and two different
So is it a male and female? Or
male voice and female voice.
Death.
Aggie, also gone.
Painful.
Now it's kind of petered out. So is there anything relevant to timing of anything?
There was relevant stuff to the well with the petrol and the.
But would they have petrol back then?
Yeah, well, the theory is that the petrol fumes had got down into the well, and that's why the guy suffocated in the well.
Okay, so Rosemary said that he had two wives called Agnes and also two daughters named Agnes.
Oh, there's a few
The
then.
second one was known as Aggie.
Just tell all the women.
Pick the Aggie.
Ah, so Wendy's come out with, there's a note in Wikipedia that says that the youngest daughter and Aggie, her mother, were lost at sea.
Oh,
Oh.
when? What year?
Mm-mm.
So that's what basically I'm listening to. I'm just listening to words that were a little bit more different to what you hear it. Most of that you can hear is, especially with the music, is radio.
Aggie, if you're here, can you say goodbye to us, please?
You're going to go in a minute. Can you say goodbye? Say goodbye. Thank you for talking to us and thank you for putting up with us in your house. And she loves having you around. So you look after her. Alright? To head up to Gumeracha. Alright?
We can vouch for the meals.
Oh yes.
Yes,
Honestly,
yes, yes.
food is
Beautiful.
absolutely beautiful. It's a lovely pub. Seriously, come up, and Gumeracha is a lovely place as
And the
well.
locals are really nice
Apart
too.
from Shane.
Oh.
Alright?
Yeah,
Just-
apart from
just
Shane, I won't bother
just-
going
I was
to
trying to
him.
build that up then.
sneak in, ask Shane.
Yeah.
Alright, and he'll be fine. It's like, just don't let him see you.
I promise I'll put my pants on when I come out to wave.
But definitely come up and definitely come and
Yeah, it's cool.
call in and have a drink and something to eat. So, all right, we're going to let these lovely people go to bed because no doubt they've got work tomorrow.
Yes, I got to school.
Oh, have you? Oh, I kept you awake.
Yeah, that's what
Sorry
we
about
did,
that.
like,
No sleeping in
Oh,
class.
thank you, Rosemary.
Yeah, okay.
amazing.
No, we're gonna go. I'm gonna pack up. So catch you another time.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
No, no.